Once again, welcome to BIM Arambe Africa. Briefly, my name is Azeez Tobi Abubakar, and I am an ambassador at BIM Africa Initiative. I'm also a youth delegate at Unite 2030. I was a delegate at the West Africa Digital Construction Conference 2019. I've got experience working on the Dangote Fertilizer project and also attended the Big Five Construct Kenya. So I led a team that conducted a project on using Surulere local government area as a case study. And this topic that I'm going to be presenting on today, called Reimagining the Way Cities Are Built in Africa, is actually a research project using Surulere local government area in Lagos State, Nigeria as a case study. This presentation case study is part of the Urban October Month organized by the UN Habitat. So briefly, this presentation would attempt to emphasize the need for sustainable development in the African built environment, to attempt to briefly explain the methodology and strategies of smart city development. It will then take us through the way forward achieving sustainable cities in Africa. According to the National Population Commission of Nigeria in 2016, the population projection of the city of Surulere local government area is 692,500 inhabitants. Acknowledging that smart city concepts means different things to different cities, so we came up with a brave and bold definition of what smart city might mean in Surulere local government area. And that is smart city in Surulere is an intelligent city that can widely address the citizen-centric demand to enhance quality of life of people. We also came up with a brave smart city vision for Surulere, and that is to build and enable a leading digital city. And from the research we conducted, we observed that some of the numerous benefits of the smart city concept reported by leading global smart cities across the world are enhanced livability, enhanced workability, enhanced sustainability. And we have found that all these challenges currently found in Surulere local government area, like the environmental challenges and the economic challenges and all, can be tackled with the smart city concept. So here is a city profile for Surulere local government area. Yeah, a few stats from the research we conducted. So Surulere is a residential and commercial local government area located in the mainland of Lagos, in Lagos State, Nigeria, with an area of 23 square kilometers. We have found that there are a projected population of 761,130 inhabitants in Surulere by 2030. We have also found that there are 8 people living in a household in Surulere, and a few slums are actually in Surulere local government area. We've seen that there are 3 road resurfacing and no new roads constructed. We have also seen that there are a few wells and public stand posts and boreholes and are privately owned. We've also seen that waste collection is door-to-door, and that there are about 321 crime units according to the Nigerian Police Crime Reports, and mostly prepaid and postpaid meters for electricity. So We came up with the problem statements, and that is growing urbanization, stress, inadequate infrastructure, economic competition, and environmental challenges have ultimately reduced the overall quality of life of residents in Surulere local government area. So here are a few pictures that we actually took. So what are our objectives? Our objectives is to ensure sustainable development, to increase the quality of life of people, to improve efficiency of existing structures, and to lastly use data and ICT to make smarter decisions. So what is the significance of this project? By 2050, we have found that the Lagos population is expected to double, but with less infrastructure than any other large cities in the world. Lagos State is considered as a mega city. And the scope is, this research takes into account the realization of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, conducive and supportive policies, municipalities, citizen participation, public-private partnerships, projects as a success factor to successfully implement the smart city concept. Now, understanding the methodologies and strategies of the smart city implementation or development in Africa. So we conducted a SWOT analysis to really understand what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are the opportunities and the threats found in Surulere local government. And we have found that the strengths are that Surulere local government area has a strong commercial base, it has a strong industrial base, it is a center for strategic empowerment and skill development. We've also found a lot of weaknesses, and that there are lots of poorly managed green spaces and border bodies, like as you've seen in the previous images that we showed earlier. And there's traffic congestion, there's lack of mass transport systems, there's inadequate civic infrastructure, among several others. Some of the opportunities that we've identified is social inclusiveness and environmental inclusiveness. And the threats that we've seen is decrease in residential units due to increase in commercial buildings, and that's there is a lack of employed youths, there's a lack of civic sense. So what are the strategies of smart city developments? There are like two major categories for smart city development, and that is the area-based developments, which is the development of models step by step, which is a replicable model. And under that, we have like three major categories, which is retrofitting, that's development of an existing built area, redevelopment, which is replacement of an existing built area, and greenfield, that's development of a previously vacant area. And under the strategies of smart city development, we have the pan-city developments, which is the application of selected smart solutions to the existing citywide infrastructure. And the method we adopted in this research is retrofitting, which is an area-based development model. So why did we actually choose retrofitting? We discovered that retrofitting enables us to, because of the build-up of complex and mixed infrastructures in the city of Surulere area, the retrofitting is one of like the best options to use. And also we have also observed that the utilization of resources by just injecting technical components for smartness is an advantage using retrofitting. Robust methodology for developing the existing infrastructure is one other advantage. So what is the citizen engagements and citizen methodology that we actually used? we used a participatory planning-based citizen engagement methodology, and which is to inform, consult, involve, collaborate, and empower. And we have categorized it into two major categories, which is the online and offline. And through the online, we made use of social media campaigns, online questionnaires, surveys, and online citizen poll. Also, offline, we had stakeholder collaborations, meetings with specialized expert groups. So the way forward, achieving sustainable cities in Africa. Briefly, I want you all to ponder on this. This is a quote by Albert Einstein, which says, "We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we actually created them." So here are some of the tools that we used in modeling the smart city model. We made use of Samsung GFVR Autodesk technology, like the Autodesk BIM 360, Autodesk Infrastructure, Autodesk Navisworks, and ArcGIS. And we conducted some simulations like the traffic simulation, the building energy analysis COT emission simulation, drainage and flood simulation, mobility simulation, and immersive visualization using the Samsung GFVR. So here is a video preview of the smart city model we came up with. So briefly, that's a video of the smart city model we developed. So moving forward in Africa, we proposed some smart solutions based on this research, and that's a smart mobility system. So we need to start thinking of using, or we need to start using intelligent transportation management systems and real-time traffic monitoring systems. We need to start leveraging on data to redesign road intersections and functions using technology like infraRocks. Also using real-time public transit information and predictive maintenance of transport systems and intelligent traffic signals, amongst others. Another solution we proposed is the smart city management and services, and that is to leverage on a command and control center where that we could actually centralize the monitoring and control of and command of a city's overall operations. It promotes collaboration and seamlessly sharing of information, breaking silos in city operations. Building city platforms for IoT data is also a very interesting solution and exciting solution to leverage on. Exploring the use of advanced analytics and leveraging machine learning and AI tools for big data analysis is also a solution that we proposed. And establishing a Surulere Office of Data Analytics and Surulere Civic Technology Center is also, these are like solutions that we actually proposed. Another solution we proposed is the smart safety solution, and we came up with different options, and that's predictive policing, real-time crime mapping, gunshot detection, smart surveillance, and a lot of other solutions like the personal alert application and home security systems and data-driven building inspections. All of these are actually aligned to the Sustainable Development Goals. Another solution we came up is the smart pole solution. And a smart pole is simply a hybrid of a street lights and a telecom tower. So it combines the features found on a street lights and a telecom tower. It can have like multiple smart elements ranging from IoT devices to data collection and analytical insight generation devices to creating a smart system to gather data on weather, people and population levels and air quality monitoring. Another solution we propose is the smart health solution, which is leveraging on telemedicine, remote patient monitoring, lifestyle wearables, first aid alerts, real-time air quality information tracking, and infectious disease surveillance. You know, we are currently in a global COVID-19 pandemic, and these are solutions that could help, you know, monitor and track pandemics before it's actually outbreaks. So data-based public health solution, interventions in the maternal and child health, and interventions in sanitation and hygiene. These are very important in actually enabling Africa to become more sustainable. We came up with solutions for smart buildings, and that's to leverage on energy efficient green buildings. That's getting more buildings to be LEED certified by the US Green Building Council. Leveraging on solutions like building information modeling, adopting building information modeling in the construction of a building or in various phases of a building or projects would help in achieving a sustainable Africa. Also leveraging on smart home automations and zero energy building designs and smart HVAC systems. Also, the smart water solution that's leveraging on smart metering and multi-purpose water supply ducts, rainwater harvesting and water consumption tracking, water quality tracking or monitoring, and stormwater reuse. These are various solutions, smart solutions or sustainable solutions that's going to help take Africa into the future of sustainability. Also, the smart environment solutions ranging from digital tracking and payments for waste disposal or using or utilizing RFID tagged waste bins and capacity sensors for different waste classifications is a potential solution. So helping in reducing waste and helping reduce plastic pollution and pollution of the environment in Africa. Leveraging on smart energy solutions like the smart grid or smart metering and building automation systems. These are a few solutions that could help achieve smart energy and a sustainable energy sector in Africa, leveraging on smart digital solutions like dynamic electricity pricing and distribution of automation systems would help us get to the sustainable future. We cannot talk about smart city without talking about smart economy, and leveraging on a new approach called people-public-private partnerships, that is involving people or centering people, leveraging on design concepts like the human-centered design would help us really design solutions that will solve the problem. Also, public transparent budgeting or leveraging on a concept called open data and blockchain solutions could help get us to the future of sustainability in Africa. We cannot talk about smart cities without talking about smart governance and solutions like the electronic service delivery and electronic consultation or electronic data and smart city applications could actually help revolutionize the urban governance in Africa. So what are the challenges and possible mitigations to these challenges? So we came up with different challenges in different areas, and that's in the data and security. We've observed that a possible challenge is data overload and vulnerability. We've also observed that another possible challenge in terms of the technical side of it is the citywide network coverage. How could we achieve that? And network capacity could also be a challenge in enabling smart city in Africa. We also observed a challenge in terms of talent, that's lack of training workforce, or citizen could actually lose interest in digital paradigm shifts, and also in the policy, implementing smart solutions with leveraging on legacy policies could be a challenge in Africa. So we came up with different possible mitigations to that, and that is to, for the first one, which is data and security, is to upgrade firewalls, making systems less vulnerable to cyber attacks, and also improving data networks. Regular backups and database monitoring could also help in the implementation of smart city solutions. Also providing public Wi-Fi networks and improving internet departments could help solve the problem of the citywide coverage. Outsourcing experts to train workforce adequately is also a solution to lack of training workforce. And capacity building and awareness campaigns could help solve the problem of loss of citizen enthusiasm. Also, developing strategies to implement policies and regulations adequately could help with the policy problem. So, in order to actually implement the smart city concept in Africa, we need to come up with a roadmap. A roadmap for specific projects and initiatives is needed. And this includes both early quick wins and long-term strategic programs. And we should actually implement and first work on the early quick wins. That's projects that are easier or simpler to execute using the project management approach and the PPP approach that's introduced earlier. So what are the guiding principles to actually doing that? We have to be citizen-centric, we have to collaborate, we have to innovate, we have to be sustainable, and we have to be measurable. We should be able to measure our progress in achieving a much more sustainable city in Africa. And what are the project prioritization? We have observed that priority should be given to projects that meet any of these following criteria, and that is projects that are in train, projects that are foundation projects, projects that could help create a foundation for the implementation of smart city solutions in Africa, projects that have a strong business case that could help, that are scalable and could help bring in funding, projects that also have funding available to execute them, and project that demonstrates to the citizens that things are being done and progress are being made. So the key conclusions: the first solution possible with the smart city technology or smart city concept is the smart mobility, which leads to reduced travel time, efficiency in transportation, and alternative routes declarations. Also, the long-standing issue of silo working could be addressed by an holistic approach through the smart city solutions like the smart governance, and that fulfilling the requirements of smart communities and efficient planning is key which can only be achieved if open spaces and residential areas are well planned for smart and healthy living. We've also observed that the smart economy, starting from encouraging startups and innovative solutions, and also like pulling private firms to invest, and the people-private public partnerships plays its role in achieving sustainable cities in Africa. Also, the concept of smart city, it means different things to different cities, and as per the requirements of the area-based development smart city development approach, as well as the development based on available resources, each and every strategy proclaimed to be promising and playing very crucial role in making the world a better place to live in. And all strategies of smart city development will provide us smarter solutions to remark overall development of infrastructure in the smart cities project in Africa. Thank you for listening to this presentation.